Hi everyone, Christina here. Welcome to another card video at my YouTube channel and blog. Today I'm going to be using brand new products from Simon Says Stamp. This is from their holiday release, and I'm super excited to show these to you. In fact, I have today's video and then I have another one coming up on Friday. So I'm going to have lots of inspiration from this release. Starting out with the Frozen Fractals, a set of stencils. I'm going to use a couple of the different snowflakes. And these stencils are super delicate and intricate. So I'm going to be showing you how you can do some ink blending over the top of the stencils. Using 4 different colors of Distress Oxide ink. I've got Faded Jeans, Wilted Violet, Peacock Feathers, and Black Soot. And I'm actually going to create 2 different backgrounds today. This first one was just kind of like a trial run. So I will use it eventually. I didn't want to waste it, but I also wanted to show you the process and give you some ideas on how you can use these really delicate stencils for some holiday projects, or maybe not even holiday projects. I think these could be great for all sorts of occasions. Starting out with Wilted Violet. And I'm also, I put a piece of Post-it tape over my fingertips so that I can press down on the project without getting my fingertips messy or possibly picking up ink and then transferring it to other areas. Just keeps everything nice and clean. So instead of coming in with like sideways sweeping motions, I'm actually pouncing my blending tool on top of the stencil. As I get to the outer edges of the snowflake, I can blend with circular motions just a little bit, but I'm trying to really just keep an up and down motion, because if I blend and use those circular motions, it bends the arms of the snowflake, and then it's not accurate and I'm not going to get a really good masked effect. So I'm blending over the top. I've used Peacock Feathers and now I'm using Faded Jeans. And the thing that's really cool about using Distress Oxide inks is that they're a pigment and dye ink hybrid. So you have some of the properties from both of those types of inks. And the really cool thing about pigment inks is they are opaque. So you can take some of the colors and put them over top of each other and they cover the color underneath up. You can kind of see that here when I'm using the black soot on top of things or bringing in other additional colors. So when it comes to cleaning off these stencils, you have a couple different options. This first time I just used a baby wipe and really gentle motions and just kind of wiped it off a little bit at a time. I did have to go over this quite a few times, but I discovered that the easiest way to clean Distress Oxide ink off these stencils is to just run it under some water. So I did that for this other stencil that I used today. Before I use the stencil, I'm using the blending tool to blend on some color. And I'm only going to use the 3 colors, the 3 lighter colors. I'm not going to be using Black Soot at this point yet. I just have Wilted Violet, Peacock Feathers, and Faded Jeans. And I blended that on, and now I'm going to come in with a different snowflake. And I'm going to take Black Soot over the top. And this is really going to make those colors underneath pop. You'll see when I remove the stencil. It looks really, really cool. And I'm using that same kind of up and down stamping motion and moving around the card. You do get some very distinct circle shapes when you do this with your blending tool. So if you don't like that look, you can definitely kind of blend over those areas and, when you have a chance, like right here, I'm blending some of that out. So I'm taking some of the blue and bringing it in on some of those edges. And then now I'm going to take my Distress sprayer, it's just kind of a water bottle, sprayed it into the palm of my hand, and I'm spraying little droplets onto this background. It's just going to add a little bit of interest, and I actually sprayed directly from the bottle too, so that I could get some other droplets. And this bottle has a locking mechanism on it. So in order to not get a really fine mist, you can actually lock it and then kind of pump the sprayer and you'll get bigger droplets like this. So I'm going to add a few of those water droplets to the other background as well. And I'm going to do more of like a finer mist on this one. I want to have a little bit of a finer coloring difference. So Distress Oxide inks reactivate when water is applied. So that's why you can get these really cool effects. It also kind of brightens up the colors as well. So I'm going to clean up my work surface here, and I'm going to move on to some die cutting. I'm going to be using the Oh Holy Night die set and also the Wise Men Still Seek Him set. So the Oh Holy Night has an outer edge and then also the words, and then the Wise Men Still Seek Him die is all one big die. Both of these are brand new dies for the new release, and I'm super excited about these. I created these with my brush lettering, and I could not wait to use them on cards. So I've cut out the first one with some vellum, and then I cut out the Oh Holy Night letters as well. And I'm going to set these aside for a minute so that I can cut out the other piece here. So the first background was a little busy. I wasn't too crazy about it, but I thought I could still use the background, so I used it with that other die. Trimming down the background here, I just took a 1/4 inch off each edge, and I'm going to score 2 card bases. I'm going to have 2 cards today. I'm using some Neenah Solar White 110-pound cardstock, and I'm scoring those at 5.5 to create top folding cards. So I'm placing this background down onto my card front. I'll press that down. I'm just using some 3M Scotch foam tape for that. And then I'm going to take the white letters from the Oh Holy Night die set, or the die cuts, and I'm putting a little bit of Ranger Multimedia Matte adhesive on the back, just little dots all throughout, and then I use my tweezers to help get that aligned just right and press that down onto the vellum that was cut earlier. So I'm going to take a couple acrylic blocks, 2 acrylic blocks, and place those over the top, and that will hold that white cardstock die cut in place while I move on to putting adhesive on back of the other pieces. So after I have this on here completely, then I can flip it over and I can apply adhesive to the back. And I love to do this with vellum because vellum, you normally can't use adhesive to adhere things with it because it'll show through. But by having the white die cut on top, it gives you a place to put some adhesive. So I put that on the back and then I place that down onto the card. This other card, I'm keeping it super simple. I didn't want to complicate it too much, so I just adhered those words right on top, and I referred to the original die cut, like the negative area, to make sure I got those spaced just right. I then took some 8mm and 5mm Crystal d'Aris sequins. This is the crystal color, and you guys have seen this in the past. I use these sequins all the time because they sort of adapt to whatever color they're on top of. So those are the 2 cards for today. Head over to my blog if you want to see other stamps and dies and stencils that are included in the release, and I'll be back on Friday with even more inspiration. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.